Hello and welcome to Tacoma's Elder Care Channel. My name is Bob Michaels. I'm an elder law and estate planning lawyer here in Tacoma, Washington, down on the Foss Waterway with a law firm by the name of Smith Olling. I am so happy today to once again welcome back Mary Lynn Pannon of Sound Options in Tacoma, Washington. We're continuing our series on how do families work with home care agencies, and today Mary Lynn is going to address the topic of conducting a successful family meeting, which is easy, right, Mary Lynn?
Oh, yes. So thanks for having me today. And I am going to be talking about how to conduct a successful family meeting, recognizing full well that families have a lot of issues. My name is Mary Lynn Pannon, and I'm a registered nurse and actually have conducted a number of family meetings. So first of all, what you need in with a family meeting is someone to lead or facilitate the meeting. That's really, really important. You have to decide that, whether it's a care manager like myself or if there's a spokesperson in the family that is, I would say, generally respected. But you need someone to do that. You need an agenda. What are we going to be talking about? And with a family meeting, primarily you're most likely going to be talking about mom or dad or someone that you're really wanting to solve some problems. Now, what you need to do is consider who's going to attend.
Correct.
I wish I could say every family is perfect, but there are families where there's dissension, there's anxiety, there's distance. So you have to decide who you're going to invite. Are you going to invite all the family? Can all the family members attend? Is it appropriate for mom or dad to be there? Because sometimes you may have a mom or dad with dementia, and to have them present would be very disturbing. But your goal always is for the good of mom and dad. So you set up an agenda. Then what you want to do is you want to have ground rules. And these are really important. So you want to start and end on time. You don't want to go for hours and hours and hours. So you decide, we're going to take an hour to talk about how we're going to get dad to quit driving. Or we're gonna take 2 hours to figure out who's gonna do what to help mom. Okay, so you start and end on time. You deal in facts and truth. Just facts, no emotion. Now this is gonna be tough for families because they often wanna say, well, mom likes you best, or you're the favorite son, or whatever. But you got to leave all of that out in order for you to really come up with a good plan. You want to be inclusive, and I suggest that everyone gets to go around the table and talk about their concerns regarding the issue.
Good point.
So that everybody has a voice. And there can't be any interrupting in those when they're talking. Okay? So you want to stay focused and you want to be fair, because everyone's got a lot of emotion going on. Everyone has good ideas. And lastly, you want to turn the cell phones off. No cell phones, no interruptions, because if you can't stay focused, you're never going to get where you need to go.
I didn't realize they had it on off, but no, I'm kidding. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. You want to make a list of the problems and concerns that you're seeing with mom and dad. You might be seeing that mom's memory is just shot. She can't remember taking her pills. She can't remember taking a bath. She can't remember if she's eating. Or you may have two people. I have a couple right now. The woman has a neurological disorder, Parkinson's disease, but her mind is still good, and the husband it has dementia. So there's a lot of issues going on there, and so this couple is going to be getting their family together for a family meeting.
Right.
What you want to do once you have established and recognized the concerns and the problems is you want to work towards solutions. Okay, because that's the whole reason you're there. It's not just to go on and on about all the problems and all the things that are happening, and you want to have solutions. So now you enter the problem solving area. Okay, solutions. You look around the table and you say, okay, who's got the time, the expertise, and the talent to help with our plan? So one person might be a nurse, and she may say, I'll make sure that mom takes her medication correctly. She may say, I can't do it, I work night shift, I'm just slammed with my family, so you may have to come up with another job for her. She may say, I'll go visit mom on Sundays. Perfect. You go to the next person. That person may have some skills in bill paying. And with technology, there's a lot of ways that people who live out of the area can do bill paying. So really, you want to take a look at everybody. And you can't get upset if someone really says, I can't help. You have to have an environment of respect and that everybody has their own life. Now, some families, what they may do is one of those parties may say, I'll go in and actually be the caregiver. Some families, what they'll do is they'll pay that caregiver, that family member, pay them. Because it's not often fair if they're taking care of that hands-on stuff that they don't get reimbursed. Other families say, nope, mom and dad, they raised me, I'm a happy camper, I'm happy to do that. Right. So you want to take into consideration that time availability for each party, and money. Is having people participate in this plan for mom and dad going to take them away from work? Right. So those are a lot of considerations. Then you set up the plan and delegate those tasks. Now, some families say, none of us can do anything. We're swamped. We have big careers. We have kids who are babies. We have grandchildren that are now living with us. I mean, all kinds of combinations of things go on in families. And so that's when they may look to professionals to augment that plan. Right. And that really helps because then you've got a full team of people working together.
I always get nervous when dealing with families that will appoint, or one person from the family will step forward to act as the caregiver. In that can be a double-edged sword. I mean, it's wonderful that they are doing that, but if duties aren't spelled out correctly, compensation isn't spelled out appropriately, it can lead to disputes amongst the family members and even amongst the parents who we're trying to look out for.
Right. I totally agree with you. I think it's kind of a dicey road to go down because of the very things you just mentioned. I think it's better to have a professional caregiver come in and do that work, especially as the older parent has more care needs. You may have to bathe your parent, and there may be some other activities that are really not very pleasant. And so I think for families, they need to remain family, and do the things that they enjoy together rather than actually doing that hands-on care. But again, it is the choice of the family. So one of the other things is that now you've done all your delegating, you've got your plan going, so what's going to happen next? So I suggest that facilitator create a really clear way of communicating. Is one person going to communicate and send it all out to all the other family members? Is it going to be through email? Is it going to be Skype? How is that going to happen? So that's really, really important. And lastly, and I know that if you don't really maintain amongst your family that respect and acceptance of mom and dad, you really won't have a successful plan. So Again, these are interesting, meetings. I think that they're telling, but again, you have to stay focused on the topic, which is mom and dad.
Correct. Wonderful, great tips, and a very slippery slope. As you mentioned, starting off, we would like to think all families are rational, emotionally balanced, and that's probably more the exception than the rule. And so as you in setting up care plans and us when we're dealing with both their legal needs or trying to be help problem solve in these situations, quite often we are in a mediation role, or we are trying to look ahead and see where the problems might pop up and then address those. And I know, for example, the object of coming up with a written care plan is so that everybody's on the same page. And we do the same thing on the legal side. We try to make sure after our meetings that we walk away with something in writing that everybody understands, because things can change by the minute. You can have one set of understanding when leaving a meeting, and then as the care unfolds over the short period of time, and a short period of time can change. And it's not necessarily because of competing pecking orders in families or anything
No.
nefarious. It can be maybe the parents aren't quite as stable as they've been, and their favorite daughter is now the unfavorite daughter, and that leads to a whole set of dynamic changes.
It
So-
does. And you bring up a really good point that professionals, it's not just the family that has to work together, but you as the estate planner, elder law attorney, me as the care manager, we all have to work as a team together for the betterment of the older adults.
Right.
So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, great to see you again, Mary Lynn. And again, Sound Options located here in Tacoma, Washington. And how can they
Indeed.
get a hold of you?
Well, give us a call at 1-800-628-7649, or our local phone number, which is 253-756-5007. And the website is soundoptions.com, which, by the way, has a lot of information on there, and you don't have to be a customer.
And you also publish an outstanding newsletter as well.
We do indeed. We have a monthly newsletter that, again, has lots of information, so you can call us and get on our newsletter list.
Super.
Thank
Well,
you.
good. Thank you for coming in, and stay tuned. Mary Lynn hopefully will return.
I'll be back.